Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another reading like this one again. I'm doing a pick a card reading because it is Shivratri. Happy Shivratri to everybody that celebrates, anybody and everybody that works with Shiva, that works with masculine energy. This is the day for you. This is a day all about Shiva, the masculine, but also intertwining the feminine within the masculine. It's just a very beautiful day. It's a very beautiful event in the Hindu culture. It's a very beautiful day to worship him. It's a day to worship this energy, which is the masculine energy, which is the energy of destruction, the energy of change, the energy of a father figure, but also the energy of a masculine that will always intertwine the feminine within himself. So, very beautiful day. I'm doing a lot today. I'm actually cleaning up my altar of Shiva, cleaning it up, offering, bathing him, and all that stuff. So however you celebrate, I hope you enjoy it and it brings you prosperity and change and abundance in your favor. But with that being said, happy Shivratri. And this is actually a reading you could watch anytime you want to, because I did it on the day of Shivratri, but you can watch it anytime you want to for your message. So it's an oracle message from all of the cards of my decks combined that had Shiva in it. So let's see what comes up for your reading and what messages you need to hear about the masculine, whether you need to intertwine the feminine into it or let's see where this goes. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is pick a pile number, pick an image of Shiva that you are drawn to. So pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. And let's get into your reading. Pile number 1. First thing I see here is this card, which is calling for maintaining your balance. And if you see here, Shiva is cut in half, and the other half of him is Parvati, his wife, which is the feminine aspect. Very gentle, nurturing, caring, mother-like, elegant, beautiful aspect of the feminine. And then he is the strong protector type of the aspect. So this, I feel like, has to do with a love story. Something about love here when it comes to your message. So that's the first card. The second card here is leadership. So when it comes to your love life, I see a message where a lot of you guys have to take control, take the lead. Sometimes in our life, you know, we want someone else to take the lead, someone else, especially when it comes to a relationship. We want them to take the initiative to do something sweet or to make plans or do like something nice. We want them to take the initiative to make us feel good, right? Whether you're female or male, however you identify, you want the partner to make you feel good, do something nice to make you feel good. But in this case right now, the energy is saying for you to take the lead, for you to make the plans, for you to take the lead into making something work. Book a vacation, book something, even if it's like a hotel down the street, an Airbnb down the street, or taking a walk to a park that's really, really pretty, like down the street. Something where you're out of your natural environment, but you're with the person you love and you're doing something fun. You're doing something relaxing, something in nature, something different, out of your usual routine, out of your usual environment. So you have to take the leadership here, because that is going to create a whirlwind and a beauty of memories, of fun times, and who cares who made the plan, as long as you enjoy the moment, right? And I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be coming across like lots of people who look at you and they look at your relationship and they're just like, wow, I want my relationship to look like that. But what you needed was just one of you in this relationship, whether it's you or them, to just take that lead and to make the plan and do something different. Say you never gardened before. Buy a gardening kit on Amazon. It's like $10. And do something fun with your partner. Something different with your partner. Take the lead, take the initiative to do something different, or tell them, hey, I want you to plan something different. Something outside of our comfort zone. And let's go do it. And I won't even ask or question what it is. Because if you ask them to make the plan and they make the plan, you go along with it and you try it and you test it and you experience it and experiment with it, right? So that's a huge message for a lot of you guys. This reading has a lot to do with relationships because of this card right here. Next card that comes up here is Gayatri Devi, the mother of devotion. If you are devoted to this relationship, if you are devoted to this connection and this bond, then sometimes you will, no matter how uncomfortable you feel or scared you feel or outside your comfort zone you feel, if you have that person with you, you can do it. You can do anything. Sometimes you need that extra backup of somebody just cheering you on. Like, hey, like, for example, like say you go on a trip and you're going on an excursion, you're going skydiving and you're afraid of heights and you're going with your partner. This has a lot to do with partnership. So your partner in that moment should try to calm you down and be like, hey, let's do this. It's going to be really fun. And we're going to do this and you're going to be okay. I'm going to be with you. Like, it's like getting outside your comfort zone, but having somebody there to push you and back you up and be there as your support system. Like, hey, I know this is like crazy, but let's do it. And we're going to have fun doing it. Just being devoted to each other and being devoted to an exciting life and an exciting lifestyle with many options in the lifestyle, many different experiences in this lifestyle. The last card that comes up for you guys is offerings of devotion. Look at Goddess of Devotion, offerings of devotion. When you want to get out of your comfort zone, I want you to offer something to the masculine energy in your life. If you work with Shiva, if you pray to Shiva, you worship him, you believe in him, then I want you to offer him something. There's a lot of things you can offer him. Incense, fruit, cannabis, bhang, flowers. He loves jasmine. But if not, then you need to find a way to connect with your masculine energy. What is your masculine to you? For some people, it could be Legba. For some people, it could be Obatala. For some people, it could be Shiva. For some people, it could be Vishnu. I think that's off the top of my head, that's the only ones that I work with. So that's the only ones I can name. So working with the masculine right now is going to be very beneficial for you because I feel like you're going through a healing phase of your masculine energy. That doesn't mean that your masculine energy was weak or not good enough. It just means you're healing it. And I also feel like you guys are healing it in a way where you're intertwining your feminine energy into it. And that is called balance. And that is called healthy. So do something. in your life right now where you're intertwining both your masculine and your feminine energy. For me, like, the best example would be like skydiving. Like, I'm terrified of heights, but that's for me like a fear that I have. But if I overcome this fear, oh my god, it goes so deep. I go into the energy of air, right? And then I go, because you're skydiving, you're going into the air. Then you're overcoming a fear. You're doing something outside of your comfort zone, which is kind of, to me, seems masculine. And then the feminine energy is, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to find peace in it. I'm going to look at the view while I go down in this skydiving. So you intertwine all these energies within yourself, and then you enjoy your experience. And that's what your life is going to be. You enjoy your experience by intertwining your masculine and feminine energies together. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. So I have not seen the cards yet, but the card that you were drawn to was this one right here, which is the card of movement. Shiva in his dancing pose is the card of movement. So there's something happening here where, you know, something is changing. Something is drastically changing. Like, there is an aspect of your life that is becoming something you might not have thought that it was going to become. But it's supposed to become like that. Like, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever your desires are, what are your dominant thoughts? I want you guys to think about, what is your dominant thoughts? Because that is what you are accumulating, and that is what you are attracting into your life. So is your dominant thoughts of lack? Because then you're going to have lots of bills. You're going to have lots of issues with your car, issues with your house, with your mortgage, with your rental, with your health insurance, whatever the case may be. If you have thoughts of lack, it's gonna show up in these areas of your life. And I know, you guys, sometimes it's really, really hard to think positive thoughts when it comes to your money and your bills and things like that. But we have to retrain our brain. We have to rewire our brain. Because in the end, when we do, you see the difference in your life. You're gonna see the payoff in your life. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, it's a huge drastic change that is about to happen in something in your life, some area, some aspect of your life. It could be a relationship, it could be a house situation, it could be a bill situation, money situation, career situation. But there's a drastic change. But this drastic change is leading you into somewhere where you want to be, or where your thoughts are leading you. So you have to be careful. If your thoughts are negative, it's leading you into a negative space. So we have to, at this point, we have to rewire and retrain our brain to start thinking more positive, more happy, more grateful, more gratitude, more good thoughts. Because I'm telling you, that's a spell. It's a magic spell that you can do, and all you need in this ingredient of this spell is just your thoughts. The next card that comes up here is Mariamman, Mother Goddess of Women. So there is this aspect of like where you're trying to take care of everything. You're trying to do everything on yourself. like by yourself. You're trying to make sure everything and everyone is okay. Now, when you do that, you are very, very much in your masculine energy, the protector, the provider. But are you taking care of yourself? Your body, your mind, your hair, your nails, your skin, your face. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking a shower every day? Are you taking care of yourself in this process? It's a huge question that comes up into your reading. The next card that comes up is Mahadev Shiva, the god of the destroyer. Same thing, god of the destroyer. When he dances, it means destruction is near. And in this card right here, he's not dancing. So the destruction has happened. And destruction sometimes could be like, you know, a relationship ended, a career ended, something ended in your life. Something happened where you were like, what the hell just happened? But sometimes it's leading you towards and guiding you towards something different, something else where you're going to be much happier, much more at peace. Because if you look at this card right here, Shiva is in peace, in this stance, in this pose. So you're going into this meditative aspect of yourself, meditative area of yourself, where you're just like, you know, I destructed something that hurt maybe for a little while. But then I found bliss and I found peace and I found nurturing and I found kindness, and even amidst the fire behind my mind, I was able to find peace. You see her structure, you see her pose. The last card that comes up in your guys' reading is Lord Shiva himself, the god of destruction. And this also, you know, says god of destruction, god of destruction. There was something in your life. There's something in your life you need to destroy. You need to get rid of. You need to let it go. What is that for you? Go in my comment section down below and let me know what that is, because I would love to know. Like for me, a really big thing that I would need to destroy, that I would want Shiva's help in destroying for my life right now in this specific era of my life, is laziness. It's really easy to get lazy, especially after COVID, you know, staying at home all day. You can get really easy into the cycle of laziness, especially when you work from home. It's easy to get into the cycle of laziness. So you have to discipline yourself. So that, I always like to give examples of my own life and my own self. But there is something, what is a fire within you, and where can you take it? Where can you take that passion? What can you do with that passion within yourself? There is a change coming where, you know, when Shiva starts dancing, you can't control it. And it's just going to take about your life and take on your life in a way where you're not going to be able to control. But the thing is, he will always take you right to your desires, right to your goals. Whether it's in a good way or in a bad way. You know, he knows what's best. We don't. And sometimes we have to learn specific lessons. So he'll take us to our goal with us learning those lessons along the way. And so I do feel like, you know, this is a reading where we're gonna manifest a lot of the things that we want to manifest. You will manifest. But it's just along the way, you might need to learn a few things and harness a few lessons and harness a few, like, how do I say it? Like, secrets to life, right? I want you guys to work with the color pink. I want you guys to work with fire energy. I want you guys to work with snake energy. I want you guys to cook more where you're using your knife to cut your vegetables, to cut your meat, to cut your mushrooms, whatever, like cutting things and then cooking it. Cutting and then cooking. All right, onions, garlic, whatever it may be. Cilantro. Cut it and then cook it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. Hello. Okay, to my pile number 3. You guys picked a very interesting pile because it's telling me that a lot of you guys are ready for change. You're ready for movement. You're ready to get something going. So something you've been waiting for to just kind of pick up its pace. Let's get into what that is. I have not seen the video, the cards yet. So let's go ahead and see. The first card that comes up here is Murugan, the god of war and justice. Let me turn this down so you guys can kind of see his face. There you go. Murugan is Shiva's son, his second son that nobody really talks about. He is a god of war. He is a god of justice, just like the card says. He is Ganesha's brother. Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. This is his brother, but he's very less well known, and he's very less talked about. Why? I don't know, because maybe I feel like, you know, he is a god of like war and justice and like fighting and getting your way in ways like that, like war and fighting. Like, so he's not very much more talked about. Whereas Ganesha is talked about more because he's a remover of obstacles. He has a story where his dad cut off his head and his mom got mad, and his mom was like, you better find me my son again. And so he went about looking for a head for the son. If you look into the lore of Ganesha, that's the lore. His dad cut off his head because when he came back home, he didn't understand or know why this little kid was like standing in his yard, in his dwelling. Little be known that his wife Parvati molded this being out of her, like she manifested Ganesha before he had his elephant head, manifested him and created him. And then when Shiva came back home, he was like, who is this? What the hell? Like, why? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Who are you? And he cut his head off. And so Parvati then went crazy. Parvati was Shiva's wife. Parvati went crazy and she was like, what did you do? Like, you better bring me back my son. In any which way, you better bring him back. So he went about looking for different kind of heads. I read different kind of lores and different kind of stories about this. And so he finally found the elephant head and he put it on Ganesha's head. And that's how Ganesha was kind of formed. So, that's Ganesha's story. But Murugan is not talked about. You know, Murugan was the god of war and justice, and whereas Ganesha was to remove obstacles. So for a lot of you guys, pile number 3, I see you want justice. You want to see the people that hurt you be hurt. I'm gonna say that one more time. You want to see the people that hurt you be hurt. Let's get into the next message here. The Lord of the Dance, Nataraj. So this card is telling me that, right now there's going to be a lot of action. There's a lot of busy. You're going to be busy. You're going to have a lot of things to do and a lot of action, like physically action, like driving here, going there, taking care of this, taking care of that, cleaning this, doing this, like physical work, physical labor. But what it's doing is it's creating something within yourself where you're just like, I am this Murugan energy where I was forgotten in however which way you were forgotten. People can get forgotten in different kinds of ways, whether it's you're the son or the daughter or a partner or however. People like go through this, right? So there was an aspect of you feeling like you were forgotten. But right now, you're doing something. You are making changes in your life where once you were forgotten, now people are looking. People are going to gravitate towards you. The very people that forgot you are going to gravitate towards you. Next card that comes up is sacrificial offerings. You have done a lot. You've done a lot. You've worked very, very hard to create what you created. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Whatever you are working on, keep working on it. You are going in the right path when it comes to your career. And a lot of you guys might be feeling like, oh, if I stop, if I slow down, I'm going to be forgotten. There's this image and this energy around like you're gonna be forgotten. You're not gonna be forgotten. What the energy here is, it's your trauma from past that is putting it in your head that like if you just slow down just a little bit, you'll be forgotten. No, you won't. You've already put your work out there into the world. If you need to take a break, take a break. A lot of you guys, I feel like I want you guys to focus on your relationships right now. I want you guys to focus very heavily on your relationships. The relationships that are genuine, the relationships that are good, the relationships that make you feel good, that propel you forward, that make you feel good. Focus on those relationships right now. And also, keep doing what you're doing because it is going somewhere. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to have your own business or something. There's something different you're doing, something different. Keep going, keep doing it. You're making an offering in the way that you're thinking. It's a different way of thinking and it's good. Stop beating yourself up over it. And the last card that comes up in your reading is a burning fire. You're passionate about this. You are so passionate about this idea that you have, this image that you have, this whatever this is that you're moving towards, you're stepping into, like you have one foot in. I also feel like a lot of you guys, it has to do with if you guys see these two images right here are very similar. Very, very similar. Wow, very similar. It has to do with a father, child, father and child aspect. If you guys had a good father, take what you learned from your father and move forward with what your father taught you. If you do not, which is like me, like I'd never really had a father that was a good example. My father was a sick, disgusting, nasty human being, and so I learned a lot from him. And I'm still trying, like I have access and I can, if I wanted to, I can speak to him again anytime I wanted to. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. And I haven't had access to my father in like 20 years. But I healed my relationship. That's how I was. I healed my relationship with his sister, which is my aunt. And I absolutely adore my relationship with her. So through her, because she is his sister and she still talks to him, I have access to him. So I'm not ready just yet, but I do, before I die, want to just hear his story, hear his side, hear his aspect. So I always share my own story with you guys as I do these readings, but there is like this father and child dynamic. What was your relationship like with your father, and what is it doing for your life? For a lot of you guys, like, do you feel like you're not living up to your father's expectations? And also understanding your father was also a human being doing the best that they could. Whether they did a good job, or they didn't do a good job. It's up to us to see how we're going to take our own life from what we saw from them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you guys want a deeper reading with me, head over to my email, link down below, or my Etsy shop for booking a reading with me. And I'll talk to you very, very soon. Happy Shivratri. Bye-bye.